If you're ever a high functioning man who knows that if you set a mind to anything, you'll achieve it, I want you to watch this story of mine because you will relate to so much. And in my story, you might able to find your story because I was a high functioning man and I was a person who was not able to rest uh, without any guilty. I was used to feel that I'm wasting my time whenever I used to rest. I used to feel like, okay, I could have been working, I could have achieved this and I could have achieved that. And there is so much I could have done. Why look at my friends where they have gone, where I'm right now. And there's a lot of performance mindset. There's a lot of a mindset which is related to achievement and success and everything. I was that kind of person, and eventually I burn out. And that is what you're going to find out in this video. And this story is about me, but it's also about you, bro. Because in this story, you're able to find yourself and what might be you doing. Because I have deciphered the pattern, like why I was doing what I was doing and what was the reason I was doing what I was doing. What I have gone through, that was the reason I was doing what I'm doing. Right? So I'll not take much of your time. I want you to go and watch the story. And this was a part 3 of my uh, masterclass, which I've taken. Go and watch that video and let me know how do you feel about my story, bro. I would love to see your comment. Peace. Would you like to hear my story? Type yes in the chat because till now I have not told you my name as well. Who am I? What I do? Like, how did I start this? Why I'm doing this? What was the reason I started doing this? I have not told you my name as well. So, do I have a permission to tell my story? So, this is the part of me where I'm going to get to vulnerable. Okay. So, phase 1 is bachpan. Okay. This is 2007 to 2012. This is me kid as a very young age. I don't know, 5-year-old. It's a very cute photo that I wanted to include, and I love my creativity the way I have made this presentation. Okay. So, at the age of 10, I was abandoned. When I say abandoned, my parents from home sent me to a boarding coaching school. मतलब coaching करने के लिए, okay? So what happened at that point of time? I went to a coaching from parents, and I was a very young kid, and I didn't know the world. I was a kid who used to play. The moment they sent me to the school, now I felt as if there's part of me which has been taken away, and I literally felt abandoned that there is no one to take care of me. And there used to be a tree in the coaching. Okay, I used to go and start crying, and used to write "ma" as like mom, and used to just cry, and my tears used to drop on the क्या कहते हैं, on the "ma" that I have written, and I used to do for months, and nobody knows that I was crying, you know, because I wanted to be strong, right? And that's the reason I cried a lot, and nobody was able to see it. I was just hiding behind a tree. And whenever my parents used to come to meet me, I don't know why, but there is a lot of tears used to come up, but I was not allowing myself to cry. But when they used to go now, I used to cry foot care. And for 2 to 3 days, there was a very uncomfortable feeling in my chest that I don't know what is happening because I was a very kid and didn't know what to do with those emotions. The situation demanded that I should become strong and adapt to the environment. And I learned that feelings don't matter here, bro. They'll not get you the results. So stop crying and start performing. You got to focus on your coaching and career right now, and you need to clear the exams. So that is what you need to do. And that is what exactly I did, bro. You know, I suppressed my inner child and all the emotions so that I can become a strong boy. And I became a strong boy, you know. And once upon a time, there used to be a director in my coaching when I was in class 7. What used to happen is if I want to more food now, if I want to like, if I want 5 chapatis instead of 4, because everybody is getting 4. Now I'm more hungry. I want a little bit more. If I want more now, my director used to ask difficult maths ke question and general ke questions. If I'm not able to answer now, I'll not get the rotis. And my friends will make fun of me in front of me. So I never asked for more rotis, although I was hungry. Never asked. I was simply afraid to make mistakes and embarrass myself in front of my friends. You know what did I learn, bro, at that point of time? This phase taught me, ki, bro, score good marks and become a topper. And became a topper. You know, I learned to please all the teachers. See how I'm good student. See, this student is not very good student. He score very good. Yeah. So I wanted validation of all the teacher. This is the time when I was in class 8, I learned to cook food because I was in hostel, and hostel mein the food was very bad. So I had to come out of the hostel and started living in a room with my mama ji, and I started learning how to cook food, learn to wash clothes, learn to make friends, learn to survive basically. You know, I learned one thing very fast in this phase, that if you want to survive in this world now, you have to perform, you have to score, and you have to become a strong man. And that is what I did. The next phase is 12 to 16. This is the phase of my school, and I'm so grateful to be in school. This is my Sainik school, Tilaya. This is one of the prestigious school in our country. It is. I entered into the highly disciplined school in our country. We are being trained to become an armed officer of our country. Whatever the officers which we have in armed forces, like Indian Navy, Army, and Air Force, a lot of them have come from our schools, and I'm very proud to be alumni of my school. There's no doubt that I'm not proud of. But what exactly was missing? That is what I'm going to talk about, because I'm so grateful to be part of this school. Okay, discipline was drilled into my DNA into these 4 years. This is me after cross country. Like they used to run, I think, yeah, 8 to 10 kilometers of run, just like a marathon. And I got a third position. I think that's the reason we are just celebrating here. So it was so ruthless discipline that turns a boy into a man at a very young age. Like from waking up at 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., every minute was dialed in. And like, if you do such a mistake now, your whole day will be ruined and you will not know. Like, you are constantly into threat mode. Ki nahi, I can't do this mistake, otherwise senior will catch me and he will give me punishment. So that is what was the feeling, hyper vigilant mode, 24 into 7. And getting 1 minute late cost you hour of punishment. Ki if you got just 1 minute late, na, laga 100 push-ups, go and do 100 push-ups. And this was the time, you know what, we became physically and mentally very strong. But when it comes to our emotions now, it got suppressed. This is why whenever you meet to any person who is in armed force and military, they don't have any emotions. They are very hard on themselves, on the people around them. They are like very strict kind of guy, because they don't know what it feels like to experience an emotion. And that is what was the early year. Our teacher used to say, our headmaster used to say, beta, the moment you step out of this campus, you'll become a man. Unko kya pata, sala udhar hi mard ban gaye the hum log. Udhar hi we have become a very strong boy. So I was so hard on myself. And this is the thing, because I've been conditioned to perform, right? I've been conditioned to get good results, everything, right? So what happened as a result of that, I was so hard on myself that I used to skip movies on Saturday just to study, because I had to become topper and I had to impress headmaster, I have to impress my parents, I have to impress everyone. Ki see, I'm a good student. And that's the reason. And every Saturday we used to have movies, and there was a movies was not just a normal kind of movie. We used to show in a theater kind of a place where all the students used to watch together. So there used to be a lot of fun. But I was the person who was so hard on myself that I used to skip movies. Ki nahi, padhna hai mere ko. I have to study, I have to score good marks. You know, what my school taught me was teamwork, discipline, strategy, discipline, resilience, and lot of stuff. Because this was a place where I learned about sports, teamwork, leadership, and brotherhood, like how to be together. A lot of things we learn. And I seriously so grateful to be a part of the school that I cannot express in the word. Okay. But what was missing was this, how to, we learned how to push through in difficult times. They miss the critical piece, which is emotional intelligence. They never taught us how to feel your emotion, express your emotion, how to be vulnerable. They taught the only thing how to be strong and how to handle the shit and become a man. They used to say, right? Man up. This is the most, this is the word which is loaded with a lot of shame. If you're not manning up, means you are not a good enough man. Hmm? So this is what happens in the conditioning. One more thing, I grew with boys till now. Like there was no like I did not develop comfort with women while growing up. I was always afraid to talk to women. I'll come to this later on, but bachpan se the only thing I knew was talking to my mother and my sister. That is the only two women I used to talk to, nothing else. Now, entered into the phase of once I stepped into the school, I went to Kota, that is 2016 phase, that I'm not included here. There also, I did the same thing. Like, I went to studied for JEE Men's and advanced exam, which I was not able to clear. But there are three things I knew: coaching, mess, and my home. There are three parts only knew. And whole year, I just grinded myself, but I was not able to clear JEE Men's and advanced. And I felt so bad. But I did something so that I was able to enter into this college, which is in Bangalore. That was there in, I studied computer science engineering from Bangalore for 4 years. Okay. Now, this was the time of college where I did something called network marketing. Okay. Now, due to network marketing, what happens is they हवा में बहुत ज़्यादा उड़ा देते हैं लोग, ठीक है? And there is nothing wrong with that, but we have to be grounded in the reality. So at that point of time, what I did is this. This is the phase in 2017. I have written that after 4 years, I will have crores of rupees in my bank accounts. I have written my dream is to become millionaire and more. And I have written the check to myself. I had a very big this vision. I wanted to support my parents. And you know what? My friends used to make fun of me, like shit out of it. Is like, bro, where is crores rupees? What kind of money did you make this week? It's like, did you make some kind of money? And I'm like, I used to so get angry. Yeah, why I'm not able to do this? You know what? My friends used to drink, smoke, and party in college. I used to go and show PPT to stranger. You know why? Because I wanted to seriously support my parents. Because I come from a very middle class family, and like we don't have enough resources. So first thing that I wanted, how can I support my parents and family? And there was a so deep into my bones. I grinded hard. I traveled to different part of the country with a general ticket and slept at a railway station. Attended a lot of event, workshop, and learned from mentors. You know what? I used to eat 10 rupees ke khane mein. 10 rupees ke, I used to run out of money that I used to eat at 10 rupees. There was a lot of passion, energy in doing the things. Although I did not make any money, but I was so passionate about it. I used to cook food. And while going to the college, I was so curious to save money. Like, curiously, it was so important for me to save money. I used to take Lyft to go to college. I don't want to waste in bus or cab ke fare mein. So these are the phase where we used to take meetings. We used to go outside to show presentation. It was a college phase where a lot of people have fun, but I was having a lot of grind in those phases. I faced thousands of rejections in 3 years and did not make more than 10,000 rupees. I was heartbroken, like seriously, devastated, frustrated. I felt like I'm no one. I had a lot of worth issue. I didn't know what to say to friends and family. You know what? In college in final year, when I used to face my friends, they used to say, Beta crorepati ban gaya kya? Aaya account mein crores rupees. Where is your car? Where is that bike? Where is your world tour? Hmm? They used to pinch me in the heart. I used to just be silent because I was not able to say. I felt a lot of shame. And this was one of the toughest and growing phase of life. Look, at this phase of time, although I did not make money, but I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about communication. I learned a lot about leadership. I learned a lot about the mindset. And this was a time I learned ki nahi, I don't have to do a job. I have to build own my business. This was the thing that at least I did not get anything. I understood this. I have to build my own business in my life. This is what I understood. Okay, I understood the power of mentor. I was so frustrated that, but at the same time, I was so fucking frustrated that I was questioning myself. What's wrong with me? I'm putting hell lot of effort. My parents used to ask, "Bro, beta final year mein kya karega tu?" I was like, I can't answer them. I was like so deep in shame. I don't know what to say. You know, it was shame to ask money from parents because I knew there is a trouble in the home. Shame because friends used to make fun of me. So deep. You know what? So in 2020, when COVID came, I quit network marketing and went into a mini depression. There was no motivation to do anything. I did not eat well. You know what? I suppressed every emotion. It is so difficult to express right now as well that the condition I was going through. There was no motivation to anything. You see, this is I have 48 kg. I was nothing. I look like a kid. But you know what? Sainik school ने relentless mindset का बहुत hope दिया. So during the COVID, I learned something called copywriting and started learning this high income skill. And because I don't want to ask money from the parents, so I had to learn something and figure out. I was in final year. I don't want to do a job. So computer science engineering, say I don't want to sit in placement. I had to figure out something. So I did figure out something. I learned copywriting. I invested in a mentor. His program was $3,200. How do I do it? So I talked with my parents. I relative से बात किया. First installment I paid 40,000. I told my mentor कि भाई, this is what I have. If I don't make it now, I'll go on the road. I want your help. I don't have any other option right now. And I did that. And after that, what happened is this. I was able to land a first client, and after that, never stopped until 2025. You see this $400 का क्या कहते हैं 2021 में in June. That was a time I was like, okay, my goodness, this was that I took the screen, so I sent to my parents. I sent to the one I knew, and I was very happy. It was 1 a.m. I was crying, screaming, laughing. उस रात को सोया ही नहीं because I was able to close that client. I was able to make that money. I was happiest. And like something I did it. And at that point of time, my friends were sitting on the placement. I did something. So I had that confidence. So notice one thing, okay? I was damn ambitious and high functioning, but where this was coming from? It was coming from a place of I'm not enough. I have to prove to my friends. That is what it is coming from. I have to prove to my friends that I did it. I have to prove to my parents that I am a good son. I have to prove to society कि yes, we can do something better than engineering, okay? और IAS officer ही बनना नहीं होता सब कुछ. I have to prove to society that job is not everything. And till now, I've now never taken a job in my life. You know what is the missing here? It was not coming from a place of genuineness. कि नहीं, I have to do this. I was in survival mode. That's the reason I had to figure out something. I had to prove to my friends and my parents कि I'm a good son. See who am I? This is what is the thing that is running most of the high functioning and ambitious people today. Are you doing the things just because you want to do it and you're coming from a genuine curiosity and true service? Or in the back of mind, you want to prove to someone? So why are you doing what are you doing? So this is the reason I felt guilty while I was resting, you know? There was a lot of pressure to perform and get output, bro. It was like, but I did it. Everything was sake for output and performance and responsibility. Nothing for the sake of genuine curiosity and fun. I was disciplined, but I was dead inside. I was seriously dead inside. I forget what is the emotion look like. What is forget about emotions? Now, I started making 2 to 3 lakhs per month. 4 lakh was the highest. This was the time, okay? And I supported my parents. I cleared the debt of 10 lakh plus. I helped my younger brother to kickstart his photography career. I paid the sister ki college fee. The eldest son of my family. I did what I supposed to do, you know? I did. And I'm still doing it, what I can and what I'm supposed to do. And this was a very golden period. I started solo traveling every 2 to 3 months and I started living my laptop lifestyle because I started making money, right? And I started making friends. I started traveling. I was staying in Bangalore for 8 years and I used to travel like 2 to 3 months. I used to take a solo trip and it was a lot of fun because this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to live a life of freedom, live a life of laptop lifestyle, no corporate setting. Hmm? Now the money problem was almost solved. I was feeling like now I'm making consistent money. It's good. So what was missing is this, you know? Huh. Once I started making money, there was a kind of a thing, bro, now you started making money. There's the next thing which is missing is love. I had always afraid of क्या कहते हैं, talk to women. I was always afraid to talk to girls. कि बचपन से किस interaction हुआ ही नहीं है यार. How the hell will I talk to any woman? Forget about having a girlfriend. Okay. I told you, right? I studied in a boys' school. There was no interaction with the woman. So there's a lot of fear around it. So I wanted to solve a love problem now. Okay. So what did I do? This is what I do. At that point of time, the only resources which I had to learn was there's a lot of YouTube videos and there's a lot of dating coaches. So I took the course of few of the dating coaches and studied what is female psychology, what is the body language, what is the art of flirting, what is having a what it needs to having a great conversation. Uh, there's a lot of like you understand about a lot of about grounding and a lot of I studied a lot of serious stuff, like serious stuff. And at the same time, I work with a lot of fears and internal blocks. So once upon a time in the new year, I went to Mumbai and there was my friend here there. And he was like, he used to approach women and used to just get their numbers and go on a dates. And I was like very fascinated to see that, like how the hell he is able to do it. And he told me, bro, this is how you have to do it. And there's a lot of approach anxiety. He pushed me to do it. And very fati padi thi bhai. It's like I was not able to do it. This is what used to happen. And I was like, bhai, nahi hoga mere se. So he pushed me to do approach two to three women on the street, and I was like, bro, थप्पड़ तो नहीं मार देगी इन लोग. And like I did it, but once I came back to Bangalore, I started studying this and I started approaching. So every weekend, I was having this routine to go out and approach women so that I can master the skill and work on the fear. That was the क्या कहते हैं, that was the intention behind it. I was faced a lot of rejections, and it became so obsessed that after the once you come out, like once you go out and come to क्या कहते हैं, your home, you make a report. Okay, what went wrong? What did not do well? Okay, you could have spoken this. You could have spoken like this. That is called field report. Okay, this is where the mindset optimization. Yeah, like optimize every single thing, and that is like if you see one thing, it is good. But the only problem was where this was coming from. It was coming from a place of lack. And I have an honest confession. At this point of time, after some time, what happened is I became good at this. Like I was able to talk to women. I was able to get the numbers. I was to go on a few of the dates as well. So at this point of time, I wanted just two things. I wanted to get paid. I wanted to get laid. That is the only two things at that point of time I wanted. But I was not successful in either of them. You know what? I was it took me and like it took time, energy. So I was not able to focus on my business as well. So as a result, my business suffered. I was not able to grow in my business. I was stuck. And whenever क्या कहते हैं, yeah, my still was in and my business was stuck. So during this time, what happened is I attracted women who never wanted commitment because I never wanted commitment. I was having fear of commitment because commit kar diya, to how will you have a fun in life, huh? That is the unconscious telling me, bro, how will you have a fun once you commit? This is like you, how will you have a freedom, huh? I used to push women away when they used to come close to me. I went on a lot of dating apps, but nothing worked for me. I was so frustrated, bro. Sala, मेरे साथ हर चीज में ऐसा क्यों होता है कि whenever you try hard, you try to optimize everything and you don't get results. Again, there was a tendency to perform. You know what? To whenever you approach women, what happens is there's a tendency to maintain a certain kind of image, sound like a man, dress a certain, speak a certain way. You have to have this kind of status, fame, falana, dakana. It's like there is no authenticity and vulnerability. You cannot be just present as you are and just be speak. That is what is the rarest thing which was there, you know. And today in the men's society, what happens if you're a virgin? You have been taught, you're being shamed, ki, bro, what you are doing in your life, bro. So I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't matter where you are and what you're doing. You don't have to compare your virginity, whether you're P or PD. It has nothing to do with your being a man. You're man, you're being inherent. Your worth is being inherent. सब कुछ external है boss. If you start to tying your worth कि हम that you have slept with a lot of women and that is how you feel like being powerful, what happens when you stop sleeping with women? What happened to your self-worth at that point of time? Because your body score is not equal to your great masculinity. Okay, I know I'm dropping bomb here. It's like, damn, क्या बात कर रहा है बंदा. And deep down, this is what I was seeking. Like, seriously, I was seeking that, can I prove to myself that I'm a man? And I was validating when we used to approach women and women used to laugh at my, like, they used to just laugh at my jokes and I used to crack my joke. They used to fall, क्या कहते हैं, Simply when I used to get numbers, I used to get validated. Okay, I did something good. You know, I wanted deep down a deep connection, but I used to push women away because love, I've never seen कि आसानी से love कैसे मिल सकता है? You have to earn, right? You have to perform, right? Love has to be hard. It has to be earned. It cannot be easy. So there came a point in life where I was not having a connection, neither my business was growing. So I felt very frustrated. I felt disconnected from myself, so numb, so frustrated, so angry on myself that it leads to this. In 2025, my body has given up on me. I went to MRI. My head was spinning left and right. My body was so much stressed, so much stressed, so much stressed. I'll tell you the numbers. Wait. I went to the doctors. झाड़ फूक करा लिया, black magic, Patanjali, Ayurveda. I've done all the test. समझ में नहीं आ रहा था हुआ क्या, because I was not able to focus for 10 minutes. I was screaming, I was crying, I was like, what the hell is going through? I was not able to understand because it was so fucking hard. My head was, there was a lot of headache. As if there is something, like someone is seriously beating here. And there is something called CPK. This was 1371. If you have ever done your blood report, this indicates inflammation in the body. Normal range is 46 to 171. My one was 1371. Like, so fucking stress. You might be thinking, ki hua kaise? This is what happens. You don't understand, brothers. You don't understand that what you're thinking and how much you are stressed, it is creating a problem in your body. Your organs are stressed, your body is stressed. Your anxiety is creating a poison in your body, and you don't have any idea. Your anger issue is creating a blockages in your kidney, and you don't have any idea. And you know what? At this point of time, I was not able to make money. I had to borrow money from my friends. And I realized that it is not a medical issue, it is a trauma response. My body it was holding so much and so much and so much that my body has given up on me. So 2025, it was a complete off for me. कितने लोग का खराब गया बताओ मेरे को 2025. सबकी 2025 I went on a complete off. I cried a lot as I have never cried in the last 1 year. फूट के मम्मी को पकड़ के रोया मैं. घर आया मतलब बैंगलोर से, and I cried like a baby. I left my email marketing agency that I was running. I left Bangalore and Bangalore friends and left Sarabjit. Just you know that my name is Ariv right now. My name was Sarabjit previous, and I was running my email marketing agency and left everything. Left Sarabjit means left the identity. Okay. So I worked with a mentor to heal. पूरे साल लगा दिया heal करने. I did a lot of shadow work. That is what my expertise is. And processed a lot of emotion, cried a lot, healed the inner point, allowed man to emerge right now. And once I became stable, I became certified shadow work coach and facilitator. Right now, I understand about trauma, how the things it affects. So I'm right now a trauma-informed coach and certified one by IPHM. Okay. Now, अब क्या हुआ है? I worked on healing and finally get back to my original authentic self. Finally, I'm feeling free because I had dropped all the expectations, started accepting myself. Now enter Arev. This is the Arev. This is not Sarabji. This is Arev. Okay. Weirdness is back now. Now I'm seriously a kid right now. I can cry. I can laugh. I can be in every form because I'm simply present. You know? Weirdness is back now. Back to home. Nadan Parinde Gharaja. You know that song in Rockstar? That is what happened. Like, I was abandoned at the age of 10. Now, finally, I felt कि नहीं अब घर आने का time. I left Bangalore and came back to home. Now there is no alarm clock in my life. There is no tight schedule. I work because I want to work. I have a zero work pressure. I work from a curiosity and genuineness. I seriously want to make a difference. I want to do it. There is no pressure to do it, you know? There is no should in my dictionary. I should be going to the gym. I should be making money. I should be working hard. I should be disciplined. Fuck should. You know? Only language is, okay, I want to do this. That's the reason I want to do this. Let's do it and see how it turns out to be. There's no pressure. There's no expectation. There is no expectation for the output. There is no should in my language. It's only curiosity coming from a place of curiosity. There's not a single penny from the pressure. I don't want to make a single penny, not a single rupees from a place of pressure. It only comes from a place of joy, love, and true service to the others. That is what I'm operating from right now. I started playing kid again, like started playing like a kid again. And finally, this is the most beautiful thing happened. Finally, I found Parvati. It is like a place where I was able to find someone when I was not expecting anyone in my life. Right now, I'm in a beautiful relationship because I was able to heal the inner part. I was able to enter into the divine masculine. That was the reason I was able to attract the divine feminine. I have written, I found love, not love. I found Parvati because I had to become Shiva. So this only happened because I was having zero expectation of having girlfriend. Like I don't need anyone right now. My life is seriously good. I fucking love my life. Zero performance, zero chasing, no technique, no technique. There's no pickup lines here. Only pure presence and authenticity. This was the reason I was able to attract a person in my life. You see that? I could never, I'm telling you, never, I was able to attract with the previous mindset. Right now, I'm in a beautiful relationship because I had to become a man जो खोया हुआ था यार. I had to get back to that original authentic self that I had lost when I was 10. You see? And in these years, bro, I had made 4 lakh rupees. And there came a time when I had to ask money from my friends for the help. There was a time I wanted to sleep with every woman versus I'm committed to one. I slept with in a 5-star hotel and also I slept on a train station. I stayed in Bangalore for 8 years. I know what the city life looks like. And right now I'm staying in a village, like in my hometown in Jharkhand with my parents. I've been single my whole life and being in a relationship and experiencing deep love. So I've seen the contrast of what it looks like to be a man and what it looks like to have and experience all those emotions. You know what? This is the reason I've become a mission, bro. The reason I'm launched the Liberated Men is not a coincidence. The reason I left my email marketing agency is not a coincidence. You know, I've seen my mom beaten by his brother. I've seen when you see your mom, उनके भाई, it's like you're being beaten and you can't do anything. At that point of time, what you think is कि साले क्या करूं मैं as a man? You know what? I've seen a lot of domestic abuse in my family. I've seen a lot of things happening in my family. And I've seen a lot of friends. I've seen a lot of things. Ki today, the very energy which should be protecting it is fucking abuses. And that is what is feels so hurtful, so painful for me. कि नहीं इंडिया में साला कोई नहीं सिखा रहा this is what I have to do it. Men don't know how to process their emotion. They don't know what to do their emotions. And this is the reason they hurt everyone around them. I don't want that happen. I don't want that happen. Right now, role has been reversed in relationship. Men has become women and women has become men in the relationship. And it is costing happiness. It is costing a lot of shit. जो men को grounded stability होना चाहिए, they are seeking from the relationship. They are seeking uh, from external things. I am envisioning India and a world where everyone is a grounded and operate from a pure, authentic self. A grounded energy चाहिए हम लोग मर्दों को. We need a man who can protect because we as a man have been designed to protect. Okay? If you don't do our job, so what's the point of it? The only reason is, bro, you simply didn't know. आज मैं बस आंखें खोल रहा हूँ. That is what my mission is. We as a brother have to uplift the entire country and world. This is my mission. That is the reason I want to do what I'm trying to do here. This is not a small mission, bro. This is not a small mission. I want to reach every part of the country and help men ki what real authentic grounded self look like, what a man should look like. Not power, not money, not wealth. Real grounded masculine presence. Shiva's energy, consciousness of Shiva. That is what I'm talking about.